What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here. Moving on to the next example in the exponential functions unit test. So we are given a bunch of transformations here, and they're applied on the parent function 5 to the power of x. And what we have to do is write out the corresponding equations for all four of these scenarios. So to start this off, let's do a quick review. If we have just in general any parent exponential function b to the power of x, in this case it's going to be 5 to the power of x. Let's keep it general for now. If we transform it, what's the format going to be? Well, it's going to be a b to the power of k bracket x minus d, and then we're going to have a plus c on the end. Okay, so in this particular case, what's going to happen is our parent function is giving us 5 to the power of x, and we got to transform it. So the base is going to be 5. We got to find for each of these scenarios what's the a value going to be, k value, d value, and the c value. So let's go through these here in part A. We're told that this function is going to be translated 3 units down. So 3 units down, which of the values does that deal with? That deals with the c value. Okay, so that's going to be minus 3, like that. And then it's translated 6 units to the right. That's going to be the d value. That's going to be positive 6, like that. And remember also with an exponential function, the c value represents the horizontal asymptote. Not that they're asking for that here, but just wanted to mention it. So notice they don't really tell us anything about the a and the k value. So if there's no transformations with those, they are just going to have a default value of 1. Remember the default values, right? For all 4 of these, just as a quick review, the default values are 1, 1, 0, and 0, like that. Okay, and then if there's any transformations given with these, then we change them. But if there's none, then they just stay at their default values, right? So the a and the k value stayed at a value of 1. And now we just plug these in, right? So we would have what? Y equals, the a value is 1, don't have to write anything there. The b value is 5. The base, we got a k value of 1, don't have to write anything there. And then we'd have x minus d, so x minus 6 minus 3, like that. That would be the equation for this first scenario in part A. Okay, so that is part A. Now what about part B? So let's erase this, and then let's erase this right here. So with part B, let's go through these one by one. Now it's reflected in the x-axis. There's a reflection in the x-axis. We know our a value is going to be negative. And it's compressed vertically, a vertical compression by 1/3. That also affects the a value only. And then notice there's no other transformations given, so the k, d, and c value, those just stay at their default values, like that. So all there's going to be is a negative 1/3 for a. That's going to go in front. We got our base 5 to the power of x. And if you wanted to write out everything like initially, it's also not too bad of a habit to have. It would just be like that, and then simplifying it. It would be like this, right? If you actually want to input even default values and then simplify it after. It's not a bad way to go about it. It's not a bad habit to have when dealing with transformations. Yo, what's up? Quick little intermission here. I wanted to mention a few things and we'll get right back into the video. Number 1, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to the description box and there's a link that will take you to my website, allthingsmathematics.com, and there you can find all of the videos organized by chapter, by section, and there's also tests that you could try at the end of each unit that have video solutions. Number 2, if you feel like you need tutoring at any point, hit me up. I'm tutoring students 7 days a week over Zoom, both high school and university students, one-on-one and in groups. My contact details are on the website. You could text me and we could book a session. And finally, if you feel like you're getting any value from this video, if you could please like the video and subscribe to the channel, hit me up on all my socials. It does help me out a lot. If you feel like any of your friends can benefit, feel free to forward the website to them as well. And back to the video we go. So now moving on to part C, we're told that it's vertically stretched by 4 and reflected in the y-axis. So vertically stretched by 4, that's going to be the a value being affected again. But reflected in the y-axis, that means the k value is negative, right? If it's reflected in the x-axis, a value is negative. In the y-axis, the k value is negative. And there's nothing else given, so even though the k value is negative, it stays as the 1, as that default value, so it's just going to be -1, and then there's no translations left or right, up or down, d value, c value. Those are both 0. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's make our equation. So it'd be 4, 5 to the power of k value. You know what? Let's just write them all out. So we got -1, x minus 0, plus 0, like that. So it'd be 4. This would be x times -1. That's just -x. And then the plus 0, we don't have to write. And so that would be the final equation for part C. Okay, and then finally, part D. Let's erase this here. What are we told here? We're told that there's a horizontal stretch by 4. Now, the horizontal stretches and compressions, those are tricky, remember, because it means we're going to have to flip that description of the factor to get the k value. So horizontal stretch by 4 means the k value is going to be 1 over 4, the reciprocal, right? Because this is like 4 over 1. So horizontal stretch by 4 means the k value is 1 over 4. Translated 3 units left, d value is -3, and then 1 unit up, c value is +1. Okay, now the a value, we're not told of any reflections in the x-axis. We're also not told of any vertical stretches or compressions, so the default value is just 1. And then the k value is positive because there's no reflection in the y-axis given. So these would be the values here. So we'd have y equals, let's put the a value of 1. I know we don't have to, but I'm trying to make these last few look proper. It would be x minus -3, right? The sign is going to change. The two negatives are going to become a positive. And then this is going to be +1, like that. So this would end up being basically 5 to the power of 1 over 4, bracket x plus 3, plus 1, like that. By the way, sometimes, I'll quickly mention here, you could see the exponent be given like this. Okay, if you were given something like this, an equation like that, you can then take out the denominator of 4, put it in front, so it could be in that general transformation format. Like if they maybe gave you something like this and asked you to graph it, you might get confused by that fraction initially, but all you have to do is just factor it out, and then factor out that 4 in the denominator to get in this format, and then you can get your transformation values. All right, so I thought I would mention that. But for this particular question, this ends up being the final equation for part D. And that is the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to find more videos like this, you can go to my website, allthingsmathematics.com. Over there, all my courses are organized for both high school and university. All the videos are organized by chapter. Also, if you have any questions, you can hit me up. My contact details are also on the website. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.